Hey everyone, it's Alex with Rowan Health and Wellness. Today I want to take some time to talk to you about the importance of eating organic foods, and specifically certain ones that are at a higher risk than others, and how it really does impact your health and it is important. So, the GMO down low. Glyphosate is the active ingredient in Roundup. Several years ago, the Canadian government banned using Roundup for personal use to kill our weeds around gardens because of this ingredient that's in it. However, a lot of industries south of the border still use the Roundup as part of their regular control for weeds amongst their crops. So the answer that came out of that, because a lot of the chemical that was killing the weeds was also impacting how the crop was growing, if not killed altogether. They genetically modify it so it didn't respond anymore. So they changed the DNA of the plant itself so that it wouldn't be affected by the chemical. So now not only do we have more of the chemical being put on them, also the actual DNA of the plant itself that we're not too sure our body is able to actually digest properly anymore because it's been modified. Real big users that have had a lot of GMO in their crops are soy, canola, so canola oils, corn, cotton, sweet beets, have all really had a lot of yield with having the GMO modifications to them. What is it about the glyphosate that alters the human body? So why we don't want to be actually taking this in ourselves. So what it does is it actually alters our body's ability to use glycerin properly. So glycerin, if you don't know already, is actually used for detoxifying in the human body. And if we can't use it properly, then we're not able to use it to detoxify through our systems properly. The other thing is collagen formation. Really, that connective tissue that keeps our bodies together, that makes us look young and youthful, is being interrupted by having this chemical around in our bodies. And that's only two of the big ones. There are others, several others, that are actually affected by this chemical. The other thing too is that it alters proteins. Everything in our body is made up of protein. So it actually will change the protein molecule structure itself. So if it changes that, it's not going to function the way that it's supposed to in our bodies. So therefore, altering whatever that protein that it's actually affecting function in our bodies and our health. There have been early studies as well that have shown a correlation, so an association of sorts, connection with the glyphosate use and autism. So if that's something that is concerning for you, then that's certainly something you want to take into consideration. Many non-GMO foods are actually being still sprayed with the glyphosate because they have a lot of lectin in them. But because of that, people who don't have food allergies typically to these foods and these grains that are still being sprayed, where in countries where it's been banned, like in the European Union, see things like wheat, legumes, and peanuts, people might be able to actually ingest there, but not here because we don't have that possibility of the cross-contamination with the glyphosates. The other thing too is the chemical residue actually will end up in our food supply, but it'll also end up in some of our personal care products, depending on the opportunity for those cross-contaminations and the cotton piece as well. So things like our tampons, our kids' diapers, and things like clothing. Cotton, if you have a lot of clothing with cotton in them. Again, things that you can start looking at and changing right away. And I know, and I totally appreciate that organic does cost a little bit more. It tastes a little better in my opinion as well, but that's just me. But if you have to start making choices about which ones you're going to buy organic and which ones you're going to buy non-organically, looking at the Clean 15. So these are the fruits and vegetables that are less likely to have the glyphosates used on them. So you have them here, your onions, your avocado, sweet corn, pineapple, mangoes, a lot of the things that have really thick skins on the outside that protect them. However, you can still have with asparagus, kiwis. I love kiwi. Kiwi's so much fun to eat. I love kiwi. Cabbage, eggplants, cantaloupes, watermelon, grapefruit, sweet potatoes, and honeydew melons. All of those, again, if you're making a decision between a pepper or a cantaloupe, you want to go with the organic pepper, and you can slide with the cantaloupe. The dirty dozen. So these are the ones that you want to make sure you buy organic because they have a higher rate of having either the GMO or the glyphosate as an exposure to them. So things like celery, peaches, strawberries, which is so sad because I love strawberries, but they do taste so great organically. Apples, blueberries, nectarines, bell peppers, spinach, cherries, kale. So if you think you're eating all kinds of really healthy kale, but it's not organic, you're kind of trading in one greatness for the other. So you really want to make those healthy choices all around, as well as potatoes and grapes. So you want to, again, keep these in mind while you're grocery shopping, becoming an informed consumer. So you want to help make these decisions, integrate them into your daily grocery shopping, slowly transitioning, focusing on the dirty dozen. And the more organic you can get, the lower your chances you're going to come in contact with any of the glyphosate and its nasty side effects. So, and on that note, I wish you health and happiness, and we'll see you again soon.